So anyway, guys, as I said, changes are coming. At the time I am recording this video, I am about 2 to 2.5 weeks from putting all of the bikes on various transports, and then Allie and I are heading off to Australia. But guys, I had no idea how big the change was gonna be. Oh my gosh. Let's do a talk about our year in review of 2022. Hey guys, it's Robin the Lady Biker. How is everyone doing today? Well, as I'm sitting here, I think I'm in City Beach, just kind of west, right on the coast west of Perth. It's a beautiful day. I was hoping it was going to be a little bit shadier so I could do this without my sunglasses, but oh well. 2022 has been a wild ride. It has been a wild, crazy ride. You know, I knew when this all started, because we had heard early in November of 2021 that we were going to be moving here to Perth, Australia. So I knew a lot of change was coming, but I had no clue how much to expect. So let's talk about this. So almost exactly 1 year ago, hold up, I got a car coming by. Almost exactly 1 year ago, I was on the PCH on Bob talking to all of y'all about all the changes that were coming to my YouTube channel because of the move and letting y'all know that we were moving. And you know, I knew there was going to be a lot of change, but I had no clue how much was coming at us. So let's go over all of that. Let's start with that ride. Oh, it was a beautiful day. I was right on the PCH just south of Santa Barbara. Kind of between Santa Barbara and Ventura, and it was just gorgeous. I love that part, the Rincon. I loved that part of riding, especially at sunset. It was beautiful. So I thought, that's a good place to go and share with y'all about all the changes. First thing that kind of came at us, that very next day, I mean, we were set to have the Packers come late January, and I think like January 31st or 1st, they were going to pick up Scarlett and Cherry. And we get a quick call saying, hard stop, full stop. Guess what, guys? They just changed the flight restrictions again, and your flight's been canceled. We've got to get you on another flight. And we're like, oh, okay. Oh, the challenges of recording outside. And so we did that, and we found out it was going to take us like another 5 or 6 weeks, 6 weeks to get a flight out. And you know, what we thought we were going to fly out like at the very beginning of February, it ended up being mid-March. Well, we'd already let go of the lease on our house in California, but we still had to figure out what to do for about 5 weeks, and we're like, what the heck are we going to do? So we ended up getting our new flight, so we had our block. And we thought, you know, why are we staying here in California when we don't have to? Let's go spend the last few weeks that we have here in the U.S. with our family and friends back in Texas. So that's exactly what we did. We rescheduled the movers, we rescheduled the transport for Scarlett and Cherry, and we got us an Airbnb in Houston, and off we went. The movers came, we packed up everything. The shippers came, and putting Scarlett and Cherry on the transport to head down to the port was so hard because, you know, I figured I would be without her for about 8 to 10 weeks to get through the entire shipping and customs and all that process. I missed on that one. We'll talk about it later. And, but you know, we're all set up. We're ready for the next adventure. So we pack up, everything's moved out, and we had just barely gotten settled. We hadn't even finished completely unpacking from a move to California when we're packing up again to come here to Perth. And so we pack everything up, we put Bob on the trailer because, guys, you know, my Bob is a special bike. He's a really special bike, and I was not letting him go, and thank goodness my dad was willing to keep him for me while I was here. So we got him on a trailer. We're headed west, or headed east. I'm getting all my directions changed being upside down. So we head east and we spend a wonderful, what was it, about 5 weeks in Houston. We spent time with my parents, we spent time with Allie's parents, we spent time with the kids. Oh my gosh, axe throwing, I think on our last full weekend there in Houston with the kids was just such a unique and special outing, and we loved every minute of it. We loved our time there. But it's time finally, it rolls around mid-March, I believe it was March 15th when we flew out of Houston. We sold off both of our cars. Bob was with Mom and Dad. Scarlett and Sherry are on the transport. We are literally down, I think, to 6 bags in a backpack. And that's how we flew. Because we knew it was going to take a while to get our stuff here. Get on a plane, which, by the way, Qatar Airlines, great airlines. We loved it. They took such great care of us. It was a good trip. We get here and we land in Perth. And oh my gosh, everything everybody has ever told me about Perth in Western Australia was right. This is one of the most beautiful places I have ever been in my entire life. And the people are amazing. We'll come back around to the people here in a minute. But we land and we find out, guys, we may speak English here, but as unique and different as the English in the US is, American is from British English, Australian is a whole other bag, let me tell you. I can't tell you how many times I just had to look at people here and go, what? I'm sorry, I didn't understand you. Can you help me out there? I've been here for 9 months now and I still do it. Oh my gosh. But just the language, the culture here, the people, it is just such an amazing place to be, and it is such a gift to have this experience. Because it's been a hot minute since Allie and I lived overseas, and this has been a really positive experience so far. So, let's talk about how strange it is to live, and I still feel a bit upside down. Okay, so let's start. Driving on the opposite side of the road. Like I said, been here for 9 months. We've had our SUV here for 7 months. Guys, I still will go to the wrong side of the car to drive or to be in a passenger. And as weird as it is to drive over here, so you're in a right-hand drive car on the left-hand side of the road instead of the other way around, try sitting in the left-hand seat where you're used to having a steering wheel, and you don't have it. Totally weird. But, you know, it was really kind of crazy how quickly we transitioned. And really about the only time I struggle is sometimes in really crowded, crazy parking lots, remembering to stay to the left. But that's a quick one. For those of you who have wondered about it, it's really a quick change. I do feel upside down here. I don't know, and it's not so bad now, but those first couple of months, and then having our middle daughter, Aisha, come over here for her Christmas winter break from university. Even she's saying it, you feel upside down. You just really do at first. And it takes a bit to adjust to it. But I think the most shocking things for us was being outside one night and realizing the stars are different. How crazy is that? All right. But like I said, some really good things have happened. Guys, oh my gosh. Let's go back to the people. The people here are amazing. I cannot say enough wonderful things about my Glow Girls. Gorgeous ladies on wheels. They are headquartered here in Perth, but they have groups in New South Wales and I think over in Canberra. They have a few over on the east side as well. I have never been around a more inclusive, diverse, encouraging, supportive, and nurturing group of women ever in my life. And I've had some amazing teams I've been a part of in the past, but this group of women has set a new bar that I don't know if anyone will ever be able to match. And then being in BCF, it's a sporting goods store here in Perth, and meeting Kelly of the Camping Queens. And then I found this whole other group of women that camp. And it was like this, it's like I've got these two groups that I absolutely adore because they're again, empowering, encouraging, supportive women that are, I don't know, they're just fabulous. But even the mixed groups here, there's no difference. It doesn't matter. 2 wheels, 4 wheels, or 2 wheels, 3 wheels, caravans, RVs, male, female, it doesn't matter. The people here are just, they're the kind of people I remember growing up around when I was a kid in Texas in the 80s, 70s and 80s. They're just good people. All I gotta say, so we'll move on there. This move has not been without its challenges. Not at all. You know, like I said with the language, things are the same, but yet they're not. And it's taking a little bit of time. I mean, it's even crazy things like this morning, talking to Allie, trying to find something as simple as a soup base. Everything here, they've got them, but they're just different. They're not the same. And there are some things that you just want some comfort things. And though there's so many things over here that are the same, there's so many things that are different. And it's taken a little bit of time to just make that adjustment. Finding a place to live here. Because when we moved here, it was still during a fairly strong lockdown. It took us a little over 6 months, even with special government approvals, to be approved to enter Western Australia, because they had it locked down pretty hard here for a while. But finding a place to live took a bit. Now, when we finally found our little apartment, and trust me, as we had to way downsize, like to a third of what we had in Houston as far as size. But we've got a spectacular view. I mean, the view from our apartment at night is mind-blowing. And I cannot wait to see New Year's Eve from the balcony of my apartment, because I guarantee the fireworks will be off the hook. But the biggest challenge of all, and the one I think that I struggled with the most mentally, was how long it took us to get the bikes here. It took us 6 months, and 3.5 of that was them sitting at the dock in Long Beach, California. I was not a happy camper. It took less time to load them, ship them, unload them, clear customs, and then ship them across from Melbourne to Perth. It took like 6 weeks to do that, but 3.5 months to get them off the dock in California. What? Anyway, but even in those challenging times, it created some of the best relationships, because in the whole process of trying to figure out how to receive them, how to get them legal, how to get them registered, we made some fantastic relationships. One of the most important to me is with Perth Harley-Davidson. And they went above and beyond to take care of Allie and I. And now they're my shop of choice, because they do all the work on Scarlet now and all the work on Cherry now, and they're fantastic. So yeah, it has been wild and crazy. And I mean, we've had some of the most amazing trips since getting here. Once we finally got them here, we've been to Cervantes, we've been to Jurien Bay, we've been to Calberry. Oh, gorgeous. We've been down into the forests and been around all the carry trees around Bridgetown. And you know, we've had some already just in that last little bit here of 2022. We've made some amazing trips, enjoyed some amazing things with all these great people that we've met here. But looking forward to 2023. So as I start talking about 2023, I've got some massive road trip plans planned. What about you? What plans do you have for 2022? Sorry, 2023. I've got everything from Guys, I'm turning 50 this year. In just a few weeks, I will hit that 50 and fabulous. And it's really wild because in my brain, I'm the same age as my oldest child. I mean, come on. I'm not out of my 20s yet, right? But I've got trips to Bustleton, to Esperance, to the Margaret River area. We're gonna try and head up to Monkey Mire this year, which is further north than Calgary and supposed to be spectacularly stunning. But one of my craziest, wildest things, in August, late August and early September, I think I'm riding across from Perth across Australia to Sydney, where I'm gonna attend the Aussie Content Creator Moto Meetup. They're on the Gold Coast north of Sydney, and I'm planning right now, and I'm realizing just how big a trip that's gonna be. That's gonna be an experience. You know, this year has been full of the good, the bad, and you know, there's a little bit of ugly there too, but we're just gonna let that go. Guys, this video is going a lot longer than I thought it would, but you know, I didn't think 2022 was full of much until I started looking back. And it has been a wild, full, challenging, fun, heartbreaking, beautiful year. It really has. It's not been perfect, but it has been good. And that's what I'm really wishing for each and all of you, was that your 2022 wasn't perfect, because sometimes the imperfections are where the best things are found, but I'm hoping it was good. So what about you? Tell me, what was your good and bad of 2022, and what are you truly looking forward to in 2023? So guys, it is a gorgeous day. Ali and Aisha are off doing some daddy-daughter stuff. I think I'm gonna just ride down the coast for a while and enjoy the day. And I hope that's what y'all are doing, guys. I hope y'all are getting out and finding adventures, doing things that make you excited. But when you do, have fun, be safe, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Bye, guys.